Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today we will be reviewing the day two between India and England. Another disappointing day for India and another day for England, which England will be very happy about. A nice mammoth total of 558 for the 555 for the loss of 8 wickets, which is, they've pretty much ruled out an Indian victory at this point. There's only two results that's possible now: an Indian loss or a draw in this game. Very, very happy, rock steady performance. Joe Root converting that century into big double hundred. Ben Stokes coming out, playing those shots in, and towards the end, just everyone kind of chipping in with a few runs here and there and getting it to a mammoth 555, and they have not officially declared yet.
Yeah.
So England going into the day very, very happy. India not so much, but a critical day up ahead for them.
Yeah, 100%. I think England, everything's working to plan. They batted brilliantly. They tired the Indian bowlers. They didn't give them wickets in bunches. Yeah, a couple of wickets here and there, but they made sure they kept stringing up partnerships. I think Ben Stokes could have scored 100. He missed out. If he stayed, probably the score would have been 650 right now, because the way he was going, he was playing his shots. He was aggressive.
Yeah.
He takes like 10, 15 balls to settle, and then he plays his game. And I think, and he's also mature. He doesn't go for every ball. He's matured as a batsman. I think Ben Stokes, Joe Root is just unbelievable, man. The guy only played one false shot. That's the one he got out, and that was just like it was LBW. But yeah, apart from that, he just kept batting on, and every shot was proper, like from defense to attack. And he played at one pace, which was very surprising. He didn't switch gears. He had focus. He just went the same way. He knew exactly what to do. The others around him were aggressive. Some were, and when the new batsmen came in, they took their time. But he was at one pace. He rotated the strike. He defended the good balls, and then he hit the loose balls for boundaries. So I think he played at one pace. Outstanding innings from Joe Root. And like you said, I think they've ruled out a loss for them, and now it's probably a draw or win for England. And yeah, credit to them. They batted brilliantly.
Absolutely. I think Joe Root, chanceless innings, just to kind of add to a little bit of what you were saying,
Yeah.
man, absolutely incredible innings. You know, you always, with some of the others, like for Ben Stokes, you can say, yes, he scored the 80 odd, but he did give a couple of chances which India didn't take. And we'll get to that.
Yes.
For Joe Root, 218 runs of 377 balls. And I think 376 balls he didn't give a chance. On the
He didn't give a chance. Yeah.
377th ball, he gave a chance, and it
Yeah.
was well taken, But Shahbaz Nadeem, we'll have to come to him as well. I mean, another poor day in the office for Shahbaz Nadeem and Washington Sundar. Although Washington Sundar, I felt like could have at least gotten a wicket or two.
He deserved one for sure.
Yeah, the Rohit Sharma drop catch. But coming to Shahbaz Nadeem, I mean, 44 overs he's bowled. He's obviously significantly expensive, almost run rate of four, but he did take 2 wickets. And funnily enough, that he took the two most important wickets. It's Ben Stokes and Joe Root. So
Yeah.
how much can you say? And the number of no balls, what's going on with that as well? Like, there's a lot of issues, poor fielding, no balls, poor bowling. It's just a
Yeah.
lot of things have gone wrong
If
for
you,
the Indian cricket.
if you look at this no ball column, 5 for Ishant Sharma, 6 Bumrah, 2 Ashwin, 6 Nadeem. And for Nadeem to bowl 6 as a spinner, that's just like, you can't explain that. Like, it's inexcusable, to be honest with you. But yeah,
The
apart from
total of
that,
19 no balls, which is unacceptable. I think
yeah, it's
19 no
unacceptable.
balls is just too much, I think.
Yeah, can't give them that many extras. Thankfully, I don't think any of them were wickets. Otherwise, that would have been even more frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they wore them down. They wore the Indians down. You saw in the field as well. Rohit Sharma dropped an absolute sitter, but it was towards the end of the day. I'm not making an excuse for him, but
Yeah.
that's what it is. Like, mentally and physically, India were drained, and you saw that from the drop catch. You can't drop those catches. It's still it's like, it's inexcusable. You can't do that in a professional thing. You have to take those catches, but at the same time, that's what it is, right? They're mentally drained, they're physically drained, and England worked them the whole day, the whole couple of days, and now they're in the driver's seat. And now these batsmen will have to come again fresh and concentrate and bat well. So it's going to be very difficult for India. Yeah, I think they were sloppy. Those a couple of drop catches, like you mentioned, Ben Stokes could have been out earlier. They need to be a bit more, better in the field, take those catches.
We'll have to really quickly touch up on two chances in 2 overs. For in terms of the catches for Ben Stokes, and that
Yeah.
was earlier in the day, so it wasn't like they were drained out by the end of the day where Rohit Sharma dropped it. Like you said, no excuse, but still, you can understand that. I don't want to say we can understand that. Yes, they were difficult chances, but you have to catch on to those chances firstly, and secondly that run out chance as well. So there were some chances that they just didn't take, and that was just unfortunate. I don't think that should be the case. So I don't know what your thoughts were on that, but I have just noticed something about test match fielding. I mean, we expect high quality sides to have high quality fielding. I was just going through the game between England and sorry, South Africa and Pakistan as well. South Africa dropped a few catches, and that's why
Huh.
they are behind in their game as well. India, you see, they've dropped their chances and they are behind in the game as well. So the quality of fielding, I feel like in test matches has gone down a little bit lately from what I'm noticing. Is that something to do with the fact that it's just become more tiring and it's just become too much more focus, and these players are used to T20 finishing it up, wrapping it up in 3-4 overs where they have that maximum focus, and then when they have to do it for 7-8 hours in a row, they are finding it difficult. Is there something to do with that, you think?
It could be that. That's a very good observation from you, I think. Because we've seen that in batting as well. When I remember when India went to New Zealand, we were talking about this. Like some of the shots, they were T20 shots. They weren't like applying themselves. There's lack of concentration. So it could be with fielding as well. And also, I think after COVID, it's become worse. Even in the Australia series, dropped chances from both sides, and
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
India, Australia as well. They're a really good fielding side. And then yeah, I think again India are continuing to drop catches. South Africa are doing it. So it could be a post-COVID kind of thing. People still trying to find rhythm, but you can't make excuses for that. They have to improve by hook or by crook. They have to improve because these catches will cost you matches going forward. And we saw Tim Payne. He missed a couple of chances in both matches, and it cost them in the end. Yeah, you can say that it's harsh to blame one person, but that's the fact of the sport, right? You have to take your chances.
Yeah, and something needs to be done about that. I mean, some kind of maybe extra fielding drills. I don't know what they need to do, but
100%.
they need
And
to.
just to touch on that, sorry to think, but like I'll lose my train of thought. But
Yeah,
Labuschagne, do you
yeah,
remember he got dropped by Rahane, right?
yeah,
And that could have been, and he went on to make 100, and that could
yeah.
have been series decided right there. But then Australia also dropped, so that's what I'm trying to say. Like
Yeah,
India
no,
will
for
need
sure.
to, yeah.
Absolutely, I think I agree 100%, and I feel like if England will get a few chances, and if they drop their chances, that's going to be the game. I think then it will end in a draw. But I think I feel like fielding is a very important aspect in the modern day cricket, and I think that they need to really maybe do a few extra fielding drills, or what they need to figure out a way to kind of
Absolutely.
make them better, because these kind of drop chances will kill the game, will kill games off. So something just to think about. And just finally touching up on Shahbaz Nadeem a little bit again. I feel like we have to come back to him because he has been unfortunately. I don't want to like give him due credit. He tried his best, but that selection remains questionable in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I think in patches he looked really good.
Yeah,
I think we were also discussing the way he
yeah,
troubled Ben Stokes quite a bit.
yeah,
He was using that rough outside that off stump for the left-hander, so he looked good in patches, but he was not consistent enough. Like you mentioned, he started to bowl short. He gave those long hops, like so he needs to be more consistent. If he can maintain that line in length, he'll be a much better bowler. He has it in him, and especially on these pitches, he can get wickets. But that's the thing, right? Like if you're getting Root and Stokes out when they're set, that means you have some potential there, but you need to be more consistent. You can't give those loose balls, and he was giving it almost every over at a certain time, especially on day one. Him and Sundar were giving a lot of loose balls, so they need to tighten up on that. That's where Jadeja is. India is missing Jadeja 100%. If Jadeja,
100%. I think that Jadeja is absolutely a critical miss, but
I think England
Jadeja
would have still
coming in.
scored. England would have still scored a lot of runs, but it might have not been this many runs because he's more relentless in that sense.
I think they would have been wrapped up by for less than 500 for sure. I think that
Yeah,
they would
less
have.
than
Yeah,
500, but still they
yeah.
would score like
That's still a
400.
decent amount of
Yeah,
runs. Yeah,
they would
yeah,
still score quite a bit. Yeah.
yeah. I think with due respect to Shabaz Nadeem and Washington Sundar, I think having both of them out and probably bringing in Jaddu and maybe Kuldeep would add a little bit more variety to this bowling attack.
You
Uh,
think Kuldeep on this pitch, he'd provide something different? And leg spinners always do turn the ball, even if it's flat. So do you think that would have made a difference?
100%. I think that even in the Indian think tank, they probably ruined the decision of. With due respect again to Shahbaz Nadeem, I mean he's trying very
Yeah,
hard, but I think a little bit of a Chinaman would have kind of helped in these conditions a little bit more. Finger
I agree
spinners
with you.
were finding it a little bit hard, and I just feel like Ashwin, Washi, and Shahbaz Nadeem are all finger spinners, so they kind of very similar kind of bowling. So once you get used to one of them, you can kind of especially Washi and Ashwin, I felt like very similar kind of bowlers. So you can it's kind of the same rhythm. You just need to be in the same rhythm for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think moving forward, I think it depends on if England wants to trouble the Indians a little bit more. If I was Joe Root, I'd just be a little bit sneaky here and just give them about 10, 15 overs in the hot sun and then get them out to bat. Just to drain their focus down a little bit. Just give them about 10, 15 overs and
How
then get
much
about
more are they going to bat, man? Like,
I don't think they need to, but I'm just looking at it from a perspective of kind of troubling the Indians. I mean, for all they could get out in 3 overs and nothing happens
yeah.
because they are into the last 2 wickets now. But just to kind of fool around with the Indians a little bit, get them out in this. It's hot in Chennai, so like give them about 10 overs,
You
get
know it's
Rohit
hard in
Sharma's
Chennai.
get Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill out in that heat a little bit, and like drain them out just a touch, and then have them get that quick 10 minute change
yeah.
around to come and bat, just to fool around them with them a little bit. I think it's a matter of now mind games also a little bit.
Yeah.
If I was the England captain, I'd probably think about that.
Yeah, and I think that last Chennai game in 2016 is playing in the back of his mind because he mentioned he wants 600, 700 on the board. So it's playing in the back of his mind because I think, like me, if I was captain, I would do something different. I would have declared of 45 minutes to go. I think when they were 8 down, I think I would have declared when they crossed 500. When
Yeah,
Butler got out, I would have declared and
yeah,
given their bowlers a half an hour thing. New ball, the
yeah.
light is dimming. I would do that as a captain. But
Absolutely, I agree.
but because last time they made 470 and still lost the game, I think that's playing on his mind a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
So he's taking that loss out of the equation completely. And like you said, I think that's what his tactics are going to be. I think you're thinking on similar minds as Root, and
yeah.
it's happening because I honestly would have declared at least a half an hour, if not an hour, before close of play yesterday.
Yeah, I think that's a fair shout as well. Uh, yeah, I think it's a matter of mind games now. I think India, it's a very very critical day for India. I think they will be batting for most of the day, if not all of it. So I think the way they come out, the way they bat, the way they present themselves, and probably show some intent.
100.
The lesser wickets they lose, the better it is for them, for their chances of drawing this game. Unfortunately, like I said already, I think the fact that they might them winning it is you never say never with this Indian side, but I think for them winning it is almost impossible at this moment in time. So I think a critical day upcoming for India. Who are you looking at to the most, watching
Uh,
the most
from bowling
from
perspective,
the
I'm gonna go Jimmy. Just with the new
okay,
ball, I want to see what he does.
yeah,
From batting perspective, Rohit Sharma, man. I've been saying it the whole time. I just want to see what he's gonna do. I think he's the guy, like to score that daddy 100. But
yeah,
it's a matter of concentration, not playing the loose shot. Of course, Virat Kohli, I can't wait to watch him bat, and I expect him to score as well. But Rohit Sharma, I just feel like I'm excited to see because I think when he scores, he deals in boundaries, right? So I think
yeah,
that will start putting pressure on England. Whereas the other batsmen, I think they will work the singles, they'll work the doubles. Rohit Sharma will deal in boundaries, and he'll push the field back. So
yeah, yeah,
I think his innings will be important. If he gets out early, then England will have the advantage. And there's still a lot of Indian batting there, but definitely, with the India being drained, I think it's taken a lot of them out of them physically and mentally. So right now, advantage England. And there's Leach there's Dombes, there's Archer as well with this pace. I think he'll trouble India. I just want to see Anderson if with the new, because he has a lot of experience. So I want to
yeah.
see how he goes.
Yeah, I think I was just thought just came to me. I think usually as a test match batsman, you want to bat the whole day and you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
For Rohit Sharma, it's I think about batting 2 sessions. If he can bat two chanceless sessions, I think he has 150 easy on the board, and that just turns the game around
Mm.
to in the favor of draw. I think if he can, let's say the India goes into bat right from the start. I think if he can bat till tea, I think he changed the perspective of this game. I think we'll have a good amount of runs on the board, and I think he can almost he probably score a century by then, and really show some serious intent and kind of turn the game around in favor of a draw. I think if he can bat till tea, if they
Yeah.
start from ball one.
Shot selection will be crucial because he's more familiar with these conditions than in Australia. So he'll know the bounce, he'll know the spin, turn, and everything. So shot selection will be key. Like once he hits a few boundaries, it's about restraining yourself as well. Like Joe Root did, work the singles. I think we'll expect more of that from Virat Kohli. But I'm just saying for Rohit Sharma, I'm not saying he should change his game, but just shot selection. Play your shots,
So,
but be a bit careful which shot you use. Like against the spin, you don't need to go for that for that big shot, trying to
sure.
clear the boundary. Try to uh, play a ground shots as much as you can, and then see how that goes. He should play his attacking game. I'm not saying be patient or anything. Virat Kohli can do his thing. Like he's more of a root kind of player. But Rohit Sharma should play his natural game, but just be a bit wary about his shot selection, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I think that almost wraps it up. Looking forward to day three, some exciting cricket. Hopefully, we get to see a similar Indian batting performance like it was an English batting performance. And if we can see a big hundred from any one of them, I don't mind who it is, but if any one of them can score like a Joe Root kind of innings, it'll be fun to watch, and kind of take this game towards a draw, which is not the result you would want, but a result you'd take.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how the pitch turns. I mean, how it pans out in the next 3 days,
Yeah.
because first 2 days absolute road. It was a highway,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I
So
thought I thought there was just one or two chances where it kind of kept a low a little bit and maybe
yeah, so those are
turned it just
signs.
a touch. Yeah,
Those
definitely.
are
I mean, this is going to get very, very hard to bat on. I don't think it's going to be as easy as it was on day one for sure. I
yeah,
think India will have to bat a little bit better than England if they want to keep this match alive. So,
hundred
in terms
percent.
of a draw. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. A different perspective as to how it was when day one was starting. I thought both of us were a little bit more excited, but now I think we're a little bit more mellowed down and trying to look at it as in terms of a draw. So we'll see how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah, and credit to England for that. They've
Fair
changed
enough. Yeah,
everyone's opinion.
absolutely.
We
And
always said that, be aware of them. They're a really good team, but they've actually showed it now. So
yeah,
it's good signs for England for sure.
India went into the series favorites, but England have shown them that they've not come here to just take it easy. They've come here to compete. So
2021, the year of the underdog.
yeah, so fair enough. I don't think that England can be considered the underdog. I guess in a way, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's. I'll catch you
The
after
year
day
of the
three.
underdog would mean that Arsenal should win the league as well, right? I, yeah, I'll catch you after day three. Take care.
Yeah, for sure, man. Enjoy the day. Take care.